Hi, welcome again. In today's video, I am going to show you how your foot could potentially cause you knee pain, hip pain, all the way to the low back. Because the foot is pretty much the carrier of all the weight, starting from the ankle all the way to the top. So it is very important how taking care of your ankle and foot could help you prevent pain. Let's do it. Is not properly aligned to your ankle, that could potentially change the your center of gravity. It's a conditions such as hallux valgus, pes planus like flat feet. I'm going to show it to you how it looks like because I do have hallux valgus and I also have like flat feet, and for so long time I have been feeling knee pain, which I thought could be just genetics, but I do believe that there was a correlation between me getting a little bit of weight over here when I was pregnant, because that was the time when I started feeling it, and I only feel it on my right knee. When I gave birth, it still continues to like bother me, and all the while I thought it's just triggered by eating food that has increased in uric acid. But it's so crazy because I'm a physical therapist and I did not believe that I had it. I already know I have hallux valgus, but I don't know, for some reason someone pointed me out that I had a flat feet when I went into one of the conventions. It's so crazy because I always tell my patient about the relationship and all of that, but to myself, I did not even apply it. And to think that I was wearing this pointed shoes, shoes that could tiptoeing almost aggravate the condition of having a hallux valgus. And to get that knee pain because of that condition really put me into proper perspective, because as I tried to like apply the treatment to myself, I I actually got relief from my knee pain. So it has nothing to do, probably, well, it could be triggered by uric acid, but it is because of that alignment that I was able to like deal with it. There are a lot of conditions, but just think about three for now: the hallux valgus, the flat feet plus pes planus, and the plantar fasciitis. I'm sure you've already heard about that because a lot of people have it. Some are diagnosed properly, some are not properly diagnosed, or they are diagnosed with it, but unfortunately they were not properly treated, or if they were properly treated, but there's lacking into the program, which I believe and I've seen with how I treat with my patients that it did pretty well with them. Let's go. So as you can see from the front part, I am standing like this, and you could already see these two bones in here. Those are the hallux valgus, because this is hallux in here and valgus is like a medical term to use that. So it kind of like pointed out. And if I go to the side, it's flatten out in here. Okay, when you look at it on the back, I weight bear more on this side. Both my legs down. This is how I look on the back. I weight bear more on the inner part of my foot. Okay, these two bones here actually makes my forefoot wider, and it's pointed out. So some of my clients, not all of them, will have pain pretty much right on this side, especially the ones who get surgery, and so they get like pain like right around this spot in here. There's some of the shoes is that I prefer to use, and it's not really had a wider front, but mostly tapered. It's so crazy because I don't really feel like pain on that part, but what I do feel pains is more my knee. When you're weight bearing more on the inner side, your whole leg is gonna go in as well, like this. If I would just have to exaggerate it, when I stand on one leg, it's really hard for me to balance that because I will be falling towards this side because I am weight bearing more here. That's a good example that the foot is not properly aligned to the ankle, because that's normally how it should look like. There. The other side as well. So if I stand on one, you see I be pushed towards the opposite side. It's really hard for me to do one foot. If I look as well on the side, you don't see an arch in here. So if I raise my leg, it's flattening out my medial arch, and it's poking, this bone is poking out. What happens is that your whole leg, from here all the way up, it's gonna turn that way inward as well. How I try to like manage that one, I'm gonna show you first a very basic exercise. If I would raise my toes up, you see it creates an arch in here. And then the second one is what I call arch builder. So you're just gonna still stand on one leg, and this one definitely you have to hold, and then you turn towards where the standing foot is. So take a look at the arches here before I do the exercise and when I do the exercise. So when I do the exercise, it creates an arch right in here. Now, if you combine both, you raise the toe up and then you turn at the same time, then that really will create you a very good arch in there. Okay? Alright, so just those two exercises you can do would really help. I would like to introduce to you these little guys, and these are called foot inserts. In here, there is a support for the medial arches, and what I got are just Dr. Scholl's that I got at Walmart. So it doesn't really have to be too fancy. But if you are going to an actual podiatrist, or otherwise known as the foot doctor, they are going to send you to the orthotist and have you fitted for a customized foot inserts. I had that when I was in Canada, covered by insurance. But for some of you who doesn't have insurance to cover for it, this will do the trick. Kind of like chose the one that has a little bit more firmer in here. If you want, ideally take the ones as well that has heel cushion, which this one has as well. As you can see, it's a little bit softer in the heels, but there is like a plasticky feeling, but these are compressed rubber to give you that support on the medial arches. If I put this under here, oh, you know what? My sauce kind of blend on the black carpet. It already is giving me that arch support. It's not really like a sturdy support, just kind of a moderate support. But if I have to stand up, And I will do that single leg stance again. It's better, although I'm still not really that stable, but it is better to give me that support. Okay, so I have two of them because I wanted to kind of like preserve this one until it lasts. And because sometimes if you keep on using the same thing every day, it's kind of like worn out very fast. This one I got at Marshall's. Brand is called RBX. No, what is that? Um, so it's the same thing as well, but this is like a little bit more. This is like sturdier than that Dr. Scholl's. But hey, no offense to the brands or something. This is like what you get off the shelves. I have nothing against Dr. Scholl's. I've been using that one for quite some time. So same thing again with the RBX brand. I think it's a little better. Okay. Yeah, I feel a little bit more comfortable in this one. But you are not going to balance yourself when you're wearing these little guys because you will be putting that on the shoe. Okay, back with my socks. This is how it looks like. Put that right in there. Oh, well, all you are going to look for when you buy it like off Walmart, Walgreens, or if you order it Amazon, you just look for plantar fasciitis inserts or flat feet foot insert. Anything that says foot insert, they usually put you in there. It's rarely that you have the depression or the arches on the lateral side or on the outer part. Okay, based on my patients, especially the kids one, usually the ones who got this flat feet condition. Most of the time, I have observed them, especially the teenagers, they're wearing this kind of shoe, which is a Converse, my fave, but it doesn't have like arch support. But actually, this one's a little bit. Let's take the other one. Okay, this one has it's very light arch support, usually like really flat. There's another brand that these kids are wearing, it's called Van. I don't know the whole brand, but most of the time that I've seen them, they are actually really flat. And you can see it when they're standing because the knees are going in. If you are looking at it like that, I'm wearing black as well, so I'm kind of like blending this thing in. If they are weight bearing more on the inner side like this whole leg, as you can see, goes in as well. So what happens is that if they have weight bearing on the inner side, their foot tends to go out. And then these knees tend to get knock-kneed. So now they're malaligned, so there's a possibility that they will have pain right in here. And it pulls. Now, how is that connected all the way to the pelvis? Okay, so since you started to get knock-kneed, foot out, and so there's already like muscular imbalance, like technical term. That changes of the alignment goes all the way to the hips, to the pelvis, and also to the sacrum, all the way to the spine. But we'll just go that in tidbits. My husband is really very fond of buying me Jordans, so even with the Jordans, they are still, it doesn't really have that support. I don't know, probably this kind of Jordans, I don't know what this is, but these are bought by my husband. He wanted 20, so he's got these same design and whatever colors. On the outside, you see that they're like arches. So you really are tricked that you do have arches in here. But if you feel it from the inside, when I wear this one as well, I really feel I don't have that arch support. So sorry, has nothing to do with the Jordans. It's just like how the shoes are being built. So don't be don't be like fooled by the design in here. You gotta check on the inside if there's actually an arch support. If they don't, don't be sad, because now you can put that foot insert on the shoe. Push it up there. And voila, you already have the arches. But the thing is, when you are planning to wear these little guys, you gotta have to buy the shoes at least half an inch more than your normal size, because this will add on more bulk to it. It's gonna get tighter. Okay, these shoes are size 6, so it's all good. Now on to the fun part. This is what I would wear when I go to well, this is not even a night out shoe, because this is white. I don't have like that. All I know is that if you go out at night, it has to be a little bit darker, which I have it. It comes in black as well. But showing this to you, so you can see how pointed that is, and it's tapered towards here. So remember that the front of the foot, right here, is when you got like wider, when you have hallux valgus. So hallux valgus. So it kind of like tapers towards there. It's just kind of accentuate that, and you probably will have pain. So even with this one, you could still use an insert, but just get the slimmer one. I tried that one and it works wonder, really. Even just to create that arch, kind of like loosen up a little bit on that, you know, uncomfortable feeling towards here. Like I said, you don't really have to like stop wearing the shoes that you love, because I love wearing these kinds of shoes even if I have the condition. So you just have to work around it. Even with this one, I can wear this for about 2-3 hours and I'm good. Don't have any pains at all. With the booties, this I wear at work, and this one too. I wear at work. These are all wedges, because I am short. Only if I needed a little bit of height boost. So this, I could use the RBX with this one. These are size 6, I think. It looks smaller. And then can get through the day. The other one is size 7 actually, but I can still work around it. I work this still work. This is a little bit tricky. Now these are the newer trends, from my understanding. These are called, I just call this as a sock shoes, because it just feels like you're just wearing socks. And like I said, I wanted some wedges in my shoes because I'm too short. So it tapers towards that. What happens is that your foot is being pushed like forward all the time, push forward all the time. And then this part in here on the forefoot's not able to hold you off. So you keep on like sliding down, and it's really painful because your foot is trying to like hold off so it doesn't really slide and push this all the way here. Nothing is pushing it back. So what happens is that you will claw your toes. So it really is hurtful. So what I've seen on this one, I've seen some Dolce and Gabbana. It comes in this design, style, but then the cloth is like this. So I'm not really looking forward to wear something like that, because even with this one, I probably could just wear this about, 1-2 hours. And then my foot will this actually would hurt my foot, not my knee. Okay, the boots as well with heels. Wear this when I just go out. I go out wearing this, but it has to have like on a restaurant or something where we are sitting there. This one sometimes I wear at work. I just got this one, so I'm still breaking this in. So as you can see, it's still like tapered. Most of the stylish shoes anyway doesn't really, I'm not sure, it doesn't really comes with a wider forefoot. I can't remember now the names of the shoes, but I just called it forefoot and this is hindfoot. this is where exactly I would feel that pain. I mean, not on the shoes, but this is like, this is where it hurts my foot, because that correlates with the water part of my forefoot. Doc Martens also doesn't come with arch support, I guess. I'll take a break for a little bit. Okay guys, I'm back. I forgot to explain to you what the plantar fasciitis is. Just a little bit of understanding why some people feel that specific part of the foot. And just move some of my shoes in here. I pushed back a little bit the camera because I realized that you won't even see my foot on the front. With plantar fascia, that's why it's called plantar fasciitis, inflammation of the plantar fascia. Most of the people will feel that pain right here or to the medial arches, okay? Now there are a lot of reasons what is causing that, but we're talking about plantar fasciitis first. So the plantar fascia, it originates from here, and then it broadly spans and attached to the balls of the foot. It helps maintain that arch. When you have flat feet, what happens is that it's been squished out, and so it pulls to where it is attached from here on the medial side of the medial inner side, but a little bit more front of the heel, and also here too. So this one is being pulled. Mostly from what I've seen from my patients, they rarely have pain in here unless if they have hallux valgus. I keep on really pinpointing that on my foot, right? Because I have the condition. I don't think I have plantar fasciitis though, but I'm trying to like understand here. So it pulls mostly on the origin side. So what happens is that they will have pain from right around here, and they're still walking like this because they're weight bearing on this part in here. And then what happens is that the insertion of the plantar fascia is being stretched out, and some part of the soft tissues, not the bone part, you know, those the fascia is attached to the bone. They get hardened over time, and then they will be converted to what we call a spur, which is a soft tissue from before that now turns into a bone. So if you heard about people got like plantar fasciitis and they have bone spurs, then that's probably what's causing it. Okay, there are other conditions as well in the foot, a million of them, but I was just talking to you about three ones. So maintaining the arch is very crucial, not just on the alignment of those soft tissues, but also the alignment of the bones itself. Because coming from here down, those are like 27 bones in there. But like I said, it's easier for this bone to get malaligned because it carries the weight from here all the way to the top. Okay. All right. So if I'm not really very sure if you guys could easily understand, could picture out what it is, but you could always look online, and there's a tad whole explanation about what plantar fasciitis is. But it just comes from the word plantar fascia, which helps maintaining your arch support. Some patients are given night splints for some doctors. What the night splint does is that it actually, now we gotta remove this again. It's like it's attached from here and pulls this great toe up. So what happens is that when it's already up, it already stretches out the plantar fascia. So that when you go first step in the morning, it doesn't really squish you out and pulls towards its attachment, and you will not feel pain. Yada. So with plantar fasciitis as well, first pain that you will feel is usually in the morning. First step in the morning. Because at night, when your foot is as relaxed as possible, so you got a little bit of that arch because you're not weight bearing. So like this. So now the plantar fascia is not the same as muscle that is very elastic. It's not really. It's meant to like support. So it recoils back and night gets tired at night. And then when you make that first step in the morning, it squishes out and pulls towards the attachment. And voila, you got that pain. First steps in the morning. That's what like almost like a hallmark for plantar fasciitis. Okay, now I want to go back um, to the continuation of these shoes with almost like a stiletto type against these shoes, which are my favorite ones because I can wear this all day long. Not all of them though, but I'll start with this one because this is my favorite. I'm not gonna tell you the brand, but certainly you could look it up. It's very, very light. Um, I wear this when I went to Livermore. What do you call this? Uh, Outlets. And I wear this the entire day and not even buckled or something. My friend who actually comes with me, she was so worried about it that she brought my flip-flops just in case if I broke my ankle. But no. So this is a platform shoes. So as you can see, it gives you that height boost, but it's because this one is also elevated on the front. Then you are not really tiptoeing compared to this little woman here. Okay. But it gives you that really high inch of a boost also in here too. So if you think about this one, if we take this platform, okay, I cut that explanation for the black shoes because I just realized that it just blends in my, it just blends in what I'm wearing. Okay. If you look at it in here, this is what they call platform shoes, like I said. So if you cut that from here, you know, if you think about this one here, it doesn't have any platform, doesn't have any elevation in the front. So if you cut that elevation here and in here as well, this could easily pass only like 2.5 inch heel elevation. So actually you're not really like tiptoeing on a platform shoes, but almost like just 2 inch high up. But it gives you that whole boost of the height. This is still like pretty much the same as the first one, but same brand. But what I observe on the shoe is that it has a little bit of a push right here, and it gives you that a little bit of support in the arch. So even if you are wearing this kind of shoe, you still have that support. But like I said, this is not meant to be worn on a daily basis most of the time. Work shoes, I don't have pumps on the at work, but it kind of like gives you that idea that this is how they wore it. Some would wear really really high shoes, but most of them they're just like sitting anyway. It's a desk job. So this one I use when I go night out. I just got 2 new ones. So I think depending on the brand, like kind of gives you that difference with what you're wearing, and also with what's the style. So I thought this one was it's a little bit heavier, and I'm not really very sure if it could last me for 2 hours, but I'll work it out. No problem. This one is, of course, a night shoe because of the glitters. Anyway, so the point is, I'm not just showing you all my shoes. What I'm trying to say is that you don't really have to stop wearing the kind of shoes that you like to wear just because you have that condition that I just talked to you about. But just a few of them, anyways. There's so many conditions, but you could do something about it. First thing for you to treat if there are some pain that you're going to feel is to understand what's going on, especially on the foot part, like I said, because it carries all the weight. So if you're starting to have knee back issues or something, if you're working a desk job, that probably is a different story. But mostly people who work at a desk job, an 8 to 5 hour shift, most women of them are they're wearing like uh, pumps. Uh, other people would say that vanity kills or something. Yes, sure, but doesn't really have to stop you from expressing yourself through the outfit that you wear, especially the footwear, which I'm really a big fan. But just to like put that into your mind, understanding of what's going on with your legs, your muscles, if you're wearing this specific type of shoes. Okay, so if you have any questions, just post it under, or you could shoot me an email. I think I have an email somewhere there. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, just subscribe so you won't miss any videos during the week. I'll try to post like one or two, hopefully, if I could do more. And then that's all for now. So, bye.